Good afternoon. The government is deploying 7,500 troops to the Valencia region hit by devastating floods, it said this morning, in the face of rising discontent over the response to the catastrophe that has so far killed at least 217 people. The army sent around 5,000 soldiers over the weekend to help distribute food and water, clean up streets and protect shops and properties from looters. A further 2,500 would join them, so the Defence Minister Margarita Robles said on national radio this morning. A warship carrying 104 Marine infantry soldiers, as well as trucks with food and water, was approaching Valencia port last night. Rescue teams this morning were searching for bodies in underground garages, including a 5,000 vehicle car park at the Bonaire shopping centre near Valencia airport, leaving what many fear is now a mass grave with bodies being counted by the hundreds. Among those called in is a team of specialist scuba divers who have been deployed in the flooded car park. 2,000 people are still missing. The King and Queen faced harsh treatment on a visit to one of the most affected towns yesterday, but the Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez was met with downright anger and aggression. Many blame Sanchez and his government for the perceived failings of authorities to warn residents about the flood and provide immediate aid in its aftermath. People repeatedly shouted at him to leave as soon as he stepped out of his vehicle yesterday. He was quickly bundled back into his car, which was set upon by protesters who kicked the bodywork and smashed the windows. King Felipe and Queen Letizia spent roughly an hour trying to calm tempers in Paiporta before leaving. They were meant to visit another nearby town, Chiva, but it was later revealed that they postponed the visit, fearing another similar reaction. Both Sanchez and the regional president were forced to flee Paiporta yesterday. The extraordinary scenes yesterday underscored the depth of anger in the country over the response to the nation's worst such flooding event in decades. Sanchez said electricity has been restored to 94% of the homes affected by power outages and that around half of the cut telephone lines have been repaired. But Transport Minister Oscar Puente said certain places would probably remain inaccessible by land for weeks because local and regional roads resembled what he called a Swiss cheese. Meanwhile, Alicante was hit by flash floods late yesterday that swept cars down streets. New images and videos showed streets flooded by dirty rainwater. One video showed a man trying to swim away from his car after it was swept away under a bridge in Altea. Alicante Airport is still operating, although it has delayed dozens of flights. And yet more heavy rain has hit Barcelona this morning, prompting authorities to suspend all commuter rail services. The Transport Minister said he was suspending all commuter train services in northeastern Catalonia after a request from the civil protection officials. Puente said that the rains had forced air traffic controllers to change the course of flights at Barcelona's airport, and several highways have been closed due to flooding. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.